trying to wholesale houses across the entire US for 1 full year. Last year, I came across this $100,000 a month business model being promoted by a ton of real estate gurus.
Best way to wholesale is to do it virtually.
They went to $1 million a month, $2 million a month.
Virtual wholesaling, $30,000 every single month.
And I'm getting frustrated time and time again from all these fake gurus selling these get-rich-quick programs in real estate when they don't even do it themselves.
Want to make $100,000 a year.
And since I've been a wholesaler for 10 years and run a digital marketing agency, who better than me to test out if this model is as really as good at making money as they say it is? So I risked my money, reputation, and a year of my life to put these gurus to the test to see if this was actually possible or not. And I documented all of it. Cool. Let's do this. And for you to go on this journey with me, you need to understand how this business model works. Step 1. You need to be a wholesaler. Wholesaling is the process by which you find fixer-upper properties, negotiate with sellers, and then sell the contracts to other investors for a profit. That's me. I'm a wholesaler. Step 2, launch a nationwide marketing campaign using Google Ads. See, people who have fixer-upper houses to sell go to Google and type in something like "sell my house fast." And I can pay Google to have my ad show up in the top of the search results page. The seller will go to my website, fill out the form, so then I can contact them. Done that. Check. Step 3, I need to evaluate each home seller lead and find the needle in the haystack deal. A deal is a house that can be purchased at a low enough price to be able to flip and make a profit. I've done this before, I've been doing it for years. Step 4, secure the purchase contract for the house virtually and use cutting-edge software to find buyers in any market. Yeah, I've never done this before. In step 5, you rinse and repeat. You do this over and over again and scale your ad budget up until you get enough leads to make $100,000 a month. Jordan, who is my local Delaware wholesaling business partner, will be joining me on this adventure. I got my partner here. There he is.
How you doing, everybody?
This is Jordan. Let me get on this side. But I just want to go over, how a partnership works here, right? So I generated the lead, and Jordan does all the work, lead management, acquisitions, dispositions, all that stuff. And what that means is you'll see me obsess over this screen while Jordan is the person who talks to the leads.
Hello, this is Jordan.
And pursues them to close the deals. Honestly, this guy's better at acquisitions than I am, so it's a perfect fit. I do the marketing, he does the acquisitions. It's a win-win. We started in March and gave ourselves to the end of the year to see if we could pull this off. I'm putting $20,000 towards this experiment, and that's a lot of money for me. I could be paying off my student loans with it. And worse, I told my network and all my PPC clients I was doing this. This could really hurt my reputation as a Google Ads expert. There's a lot more than $20,000 riding on the line for me. Okay, today's the day we launch the campaign. This is it. Day 1 is all about getting our campaign launched, so tomorrow we can hopefully start generating leads. I'll walk you through how we have it structured. Pause. This is a Google Ads dashboard. Here are the keywords we're targeting. I added in all the keywords that motivated sellers will type into Google to find my business. We don't have every single area. Now, we're looking at this map, and this is how we target different parts of the US using Google Ads. At a click of a button, you can target any location in the country you want. So house sellers will be seeing my ads for these keywords they type in all of these areas I've chosen. It may look random here. Let me move my little box, but it's not. We chose these locations based on where hedge funds are currently buying properties, the markets we think have the lowest barrier to entry, and those that we think we can generate the cheapest leads in. You'll notice here we are not doing New York City, a lot of Florida, and most of California. If we set the locations wrong, we're going to generate all these leads in markets where we're not going to be able to find any buyers for. This is it. This is the plan. I don't expect this to be any easy journey. I expect there to be issues. This is something we haven't personally done before, but we have day 1 in the books. The journey has begun.
Hello, this is Jordan.
Hi, Jordan. Seen your ad on the internet for you buy land.
It depends. Let me see here. Did you fill out on our website?
So again, the leads click on our Google Ads, goes to our website, fills out a form, which then gets sent to our email address, of which Jordan then gets notified and gives them a call.
Where's it located?
Up in Leroy, Michigan.
Leroy, Michigan.
He calls every single lead to figure out the home's value,
Around the $120,000 mark.
the homeowner's asking price,
Did you have an asking price in mind?
the condition of the property,
Does it need any type of repairs?
to figure out if there's any room for us to make a profit or not.
To be completely honest with you, we do buy land, but it's normally more lots in neighborhoods and things like that, or just outside of a city.
Day 2 here. To my surprise, we've gotten 5 leads in. This is kind of ridiculous. Don't get bogged down by this dashboard. Most of it doesn't matter. Just know that the 2 numbers to pay attention to are 1, the number of leads, 2, the money we've spent. which we'll also put in the corner for you to conveniently keep track of how much money we're making or losing every single month.
Hello, this is Jordan.
Hey, Jordan, I was calling to see, do you guys purchase land? It's 2 vacant lots. They're in a really nice neighborhood. I am a wholesaler. I have the property under contract.
Yeah, that's the majority of what we do ourselves. I don't think I'm who you need, unfortunately.
Day 3, looks like we got 1 conversion in, and this one came in Arkansas. So we're getting them all over the place.
Hello, this is Jordan.
Oh, Jordan, I saw Ed with you guys purchasing properties.
Yes, sir. Where's the house?
My plan is if I can sell it to somebody that does these cash offers, a reasonable offer. That
You there? I lost you. Hello?
End of day 3 now, and looks like we have 9 leads in total. Looks like we got 3 leads in today. We spent $180 one day. I think we're gonna turn off the land ad group. Land is a little bit of a bust, and seems to be, what I've learned, is actually a different business model altogether. Valuing what the land is nationally is very different because you have to go into public records and all these things, versus with single family homes, you can go on Zillow, use PropStream, but with land, it's much harder, so there's a lot less people doing it on a national scale. And we're gonna focus on normal single family houses.
I'd say anywhere 175 to 200.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking 220 is pretty fair, but I'll think about it and maybe I'll go with the realtor option if that's the case.
So we're at 13 leads here. We're around $50 per lead.
Being investors, we can't pay market value, but you're always going to get more finding someone who wants to live in it. But as far as doing something quick, if it needed repairs and you were selling it as is, those types of things, that's what we're a really good fit for.
$80, no leads. That's okay. All time at 32 conversions, which should be enough for us to get a deal out of. We've spent $1,500 on it. And I don't think we have gotten a contract yet, which makes me a bit concerned. These numbers look really good, but we just need to convert them. Otherwise, it's all a waste of time. $50 conversions, and we still have 0 contracts. 0 contracts. 50 leads. At this point, I'm starting to get really frustrated. We spent over $2,000 and gotten 0 deals yet. Something is going terribly wrong. We expected 1 deal for every 25 leads. To give you some context, I run campaigns in different local markets all across the country, and investors often get a deal for every 15 leads. Tomorrow, I'm talking to my partner Jordan, who is the sales guy handling all these leads, and we're gonna dive in and see what is going on, because what really matters is, are we converting them into contracts and deals? So I feel like with this many leads, we should have 1 to 2 contracts already. On average, we should be around a contract. With that being said, it's still early on. So maybe eventually in 6 months, it will average out to 1 in 20 or 1 in 15. So let me ask you that. Are these good leads that you're just like, I don't know what to do with?
It's a mix of all of it. If I need to make an offer, I can make a good guess on ARB and at least put out an offer that I feel confident in. Some of those people either haven't answered back, so they're continually being on follow-ups. Some people didn't give me phone numbers, so I'm sending emails and then they never respond to the emails. I think for me, from where the majority of the leads have come from, because it's kind of been all over, most of them don't have many comps. It's not a market where I see much going on.
With those, you just let them go?
I call them back and kind of tell them look, I don't see the information I need. I will certainly keep your information. I'll continue to try to connect with someone, but frankly, some of those will probably never get called back because there's probably just nothing there. I hate that. I every call I get, I'm like, okay, maybe this is the one. Maybe I can turn this into a deal.
We have about 100 leads that have come in total, and we've spent over $4,000 and nothing to show for it. What am I doing wrong? Maybe I wasn't as good at Google Ads as I thought it was. Are you glad we're doing this national campaign? Are you like, this is a good idea, I'm excited? Or are you like, this is a terrible idea, this is a waste of my time?
Right now, I'm probably somewhere in between. Helplessness, feeling of shit. Is it me? I just started out wholesaling again. Man,
At a low point of frustration and not wanting to waste any more money, we shut down the campaign. And we're going to see which of these leads are in what counties and what the population size of the county is. So out of these 80 leads that we have gotten that are in more populated areas, that we can spend more time trying to figure out a better process to convert into deals. I mean, most of these are like in the middle of nowhere. Dude, I think it could work. I think that's the biggest thing. I think getting rid of rural stuff, like going through the leads here. I was taking this harder than I expected. This was supposed to be just an experiment. I expected the gurus to be wrong anyway, right? Wasn't this destined to fail from the beginning? We need to like prove that it works. Like until we can get a deal from it, we can't scale it or do anything like that.
I think we have an opportunity to do these. Obviously, we had a ton of leads coming in. I don't know how it was set up and how we were doing it. For me, it would not be sustainable. And I don't know the fix to that.
We're completely lost. I don't know what to do. My main concern is that we're gonna waste a lot more money and our whole plan is completely wrong and none of this is ever gonna work. But maybe there's something else we're missing, something that I didn't understand. We don't know how to convert these leads into deals. I found a national PPC wholesaler who's agreed to help us. So hopefully we can figure this out, a better process going forward. We can get some contracts, get some deals. We can turn our campaign back on.
What you should be looking for is really not how to monetize every single lead, but how to monetize the very top 10% of leads.
And his name is Adam. He's a friend of a friend, and I've heard he's been doing national wholesaling for a while.
My word to the wise on the really rural is if you can avoid it, avoid it. You can get cheaper leads,
Right.
But if you're not able to get the deals done, then what good is a cheap lead? Also, larger cities allow for more landlords. And a lot of times that's who we're targeting, by the way. We're targeting people who are looking for more rentals.
So after our meeting with Adam, we agreed to turn on the campaign with a whole new strategy. Before, we were targeting the entire country.
Let's just do actually one region of the country, and we were just going to do basically the Southeast United States.
I definitely like that approach a lot.
We are doing this to get higher quality leads that are easier to comp and find buyers for, which has been our biggest challenge so far.
Especially in the Southeast, you find that there are buyers who are buying in multiple states.
If we find success in a small area, there's nothing stopping us from scaling it nationally. It's easier to talk to buyers in 3 states versus 50.
I just want everyone to realize that there is money to be made here. Get rolling with it.
Was this my final ticket to financial freedom? I'm not giving up this easily.
Hi, this is Jordan with Any Home Cash Buyers. Is Michelle?
Yes, I'm looking to sell it mainly because it was mine and my ex-husband's house. He hasn't been making the payments or taking care of it, so we just decided to go ahead and sell it.
I think we're in a better position than we were the first time. The types of leads we're getting, they're all motivated. It's just a matter of when they're ready to pull.
The cost per lead averaged $80, which is lower than I thought. I thought we were gonna be at around 120, but we were at 50 before and we're at 80 now. So it's higher because we're more targeted, but I think that's pretty good.
I'm looking at days on the market and I'm looking at how many cash buyers there are.
To be honest, when I look, I don't see, many sales, many things going on in the area.
Feels weird at the beginning, and then you're just like, okay, I can get this done. And the first couple that you lock up, you're gonna be like, oh, I can move this. This is so movable. And you'll be like, this was more trouble. And you learn along the way. You're like, all right, this is exactly now what I'm looking for.
Quick and easy. Right now, the fair market price is $42,000.
All right. Pretty firm there, yet you flexible at all?
As long I'll put it this way, as long as you got a fair offer and it don't slap me in the face, negotiate. But like I said, it's got that equity loan.
Well, I know I could definitely get the equity loan paid off, so you wouldn't have to worry about that.
If you will work with me and pay that equity loan off so we can get that deed clear, me and my dad might just go that.
I just got a message from Jordan. We got our first virtual property under contract. Where is it at? Kingsport, Tennessee. We finally received our first contract. I was so relieved. Maybe I do know what I'm doing after all. As we know in real estate, properties can fall apart all the time while they're under contract. So I'm always a little bit nervous until the deal closes, but I'm feeling really good about this one. things are finally looking up.
Just got an update from Jordan. Looks like we currently have 3 properties under contract now.
One is in Kingsport, Tennessee. One is Lenore City. And then one is Augusta, Georgia.
Nice. Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
One of the properties we have found a buyer for. Things are looking up. The campaign is finally starting to work.
Oh, I just got a message from Jordan that one of our properties in Tennessee has fallen through.
Inspection found all kinds of stuff wrong with the foundation. Sellers weren't aware of it. They didn't know. It wasn't found in their inspection 3 years ago.
We can't make a deal there. So this makes me really nervous. I hope we can close at least one of the properties, but we'll see. So I got an update from Jordan, and we couldn't find any buyers for the properties that we have under contract. It's been weeks, and no one's really interested. In my experience, if we don't have a buyer by now, it's not going to end well. And we only have 1 month left to go. This whole experiment feels like a complete waste of time and money.
And then this other one in Lenore City, went back and forth with her, got it under contract for $115. All of these sellers so far, I've gotten them to send me pictures after getting it under contract. And then they send me pictures. She sends me pictures of this Lenore City house. They're not people who are doing this all the time, so you get the pictures you get. And you can't really see, but like the whole kitchen, hallway is like just rotted floor. So like if you step on it, you're gonna fall through. The buyer and his partner, who was there like going through it, basically sent me pictures of the damage. He's like, look, I'm not lying to you, it's worse than that. He's like, still interested, but I think I was asking 125. He said he'd be interested at like 110. I went back to the seller. She owes 95 or something, and I got her down to 102.5. So it'll be a $7,500 assignment.
Okay, so that's
That is signed. That is signed by the seller or by the buyer. It's at a title company. It is.
It's in the works, baby.
Yeah, and it's.
There we go. First one, baby.
There's
Let's
the
do
first
this.
one. Yeah. So,
Even like recording this now, like looking back at what we're doing, it's so frustrating, and this business model is so much harder than any of the gurus said. You have to be a lot more careful with the areas you're targeting, they said. And it's a lot harder to find buyers, and a lot harder to lock up contracts, and a lot harder to evaluate properties and comp properties. This business model may be possible, but it is extremely difficult. Next time I watch a guru video, I know that, hey, there's probably some truth to what they're saying, but maybe it's not the complete truth. So, it's the end of the year. What ended up happening? Well, we ended up closing 2 deals in total. Now, the first deal was supposed to be $7,500, but after we did the title work, we found thousands of dollars owed on the property that the seller didn't know about. The buyer wasn't willing to cover it, so we ended up having to split the difference with them, so our $7,500 deal turned into $3,800. Kind of a bummer, but hey, that's real estate. Second deal we had, $6,050 doing it. Yes, $50 extra there. So we ended up spending $17,400, bringing our grand total profit to negative $7,550. So if I knew what I know now, would I have done this experiment? No, probably not. But I didn't know that knowledge before I started it. The lessons I learned from doing this challenge will be invaluable. I'm good enough to run my agency, and you are good enough too. You're good enough to chase your dreams, whether you're on your first deal or your 100th. Maybe your dream is to quit your dead-end job, or it's to step out of your business. The things we try don't always work, but there's always lessons to be learned from them. Keep improving and never give up. If we started this campaign targeting the right locations and didn't get our wholesale fee cut, we would have made money. If we continue this next year, I'm confident we would have much better results.